Good evening, I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
With a tiny bell, that is wonderful play. Of course, we've seen that before.
I'm sure you'll make the right decisions.
Solutions to move this series.
It ends today.
That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
FMV games have come a long way. From the devious dungeons of Dragon's Lair to the controversial catastrophe that was Night Trap, we've seen our fair share. Developer Not Games takes a swing at the genre with Not for Broadcast, utilizing it to its advantage.
On our public
Sorry to interrupt the news, Mr. Donaldson. Can I have a moment to tell my husband I'm leaving him?
Yes, I totally understand.
You're Alex, an ex-janitor now newly appointed broadcaster after the previous one took an abrupt vacation. At first, the job can seem like a daunting task, juggling the various procedures just to even get by. But the game does a good job introducing each task at a steady pace so that it isn't too overwhelming. The main gameplay segments are in the broadcast control room. Here you have to keep the viewers entertained and gain even more as shown in the top colored bar by presenting a smooth and interesting broadcast. To do so, you have to choose which of the 4 screens on the left will display on the main screen in the middle by either pressing one of the buttons in-game or the numbered keys on your keyboard. The screen on the right is what your viewers are seeing a couple seconds later, and the big red button does just that. Obstacles will come up, such as adjusting the frequency, thunderstorms causing your buttons to shock you, multiple Mr. Snuggle hugs messing with your controls, and even factors within the broadcast itself.
It's all in the Bible. Look, Leviticus Oh, bugger, hang on a moment. Jeremy, your bloody gimp's escaped.
As you go about each broadcast, you'll notice things surrounding it. A political party named Advance has won an election with a landslide victory, and as it begins to control the country in a questionable fashion, it's up to you to decide whether to fall in line or side with the resistance group lurking in the shadows.
You know who we are. You've seen our symbols on your walls. You've heard them talk about us on the news. We are Disrupt.
Every decision matters. Throughout your session, you'll decide on many things. Adverts you select will have an impact in unexpected ways. Do you show the tape that was subtly placed next to you, or just leave it be? Do you follow your boss's orders, or disregard them and face the consequences? Consequences you'll have to live with throughout your playthrough. In between broadcasts, you go back to your family and see how your actions have affected them as well as the world around you, though your only representation of your family is shown through text. No picture, nothing. It's hard to care about them when the game itself treats these sections like an afterthought. The passage of time can be jarring as well. A major event can happen when suddenly the game jumps 2 years. It would help if there was a visual of some sort, such as a timeline connecting all the events together. There are some standout characters though, such as the diligent Jeremy Donaldson, who, like yourself, is caught up in the middle of this power struggle.
That's all coming up tonight on the National Nightly News.
1 minute back.
You know, I think they might do some good.
I hope so too, Jeremy.
How much are you being paid by them then?
Shut the fuck.
You've got the best Christmas tree that your money can buy, and you want to put on it some crazy-ass Christmas ornament.
The game does a good job of mixing up the broadcasts with amusing scenarios. You'll manage the broadcast of a made-up sport while avoiding rampant streakers trying to ruin the show. There are multiple musical sections that will have you cutting to the beat to earn a better score, and while finicky at times, it does help break up the main broadcast segments. A well-timed laugh track or reaction shot, while not essential to the program, can be some of the best moments in the game. From the commentary to the outrageous antics on display, it's distracting in the best way possible.
And he's peeling it as if it were a banana, which is an interesting move. Not sure if he has any potassium or...
What are you doing, you fucking donkey? Are your brains the size of that fucking egg?
He makes all of you look bad when he's standing there looking like that, doesn't he?
A normal run can take around 10 hours to beat, but chapters can be revisited from previous saves, so it's manageable to see all 14 endings if one so chooses. And with 43 hours of FMV footage, a Guinness World Record, it's a very much welcomed feature. There's also the challenge room, where you can increase the difficulty by adding additional hazards that weren't previously available in those particular broadcasts, like the aforementioned frequency adjustments, thunderstorms, and more. In the archives, you can even view the broadcasts you yourself edited. All the ads and raw footage of broadcasts are there, which give you a better glimpse at characters you thought you knew. Being able to listen in on conversations not previously available during the main broadcast is a nice touch and incentivizes you to check them out. This extra layer of exploration was not expected from a title like this, but greatly appreciated.
It's absolutely glorious, Jeremy. Thank you for asking.
Are you fucking kidding me? She's on a beach with a fucking cocktail with what looks suspiciously like actual news.
Would you rather she was here with you? Because that's been going so well recently.
All in all, Not for Broadcast is a bold passion project that stuck the landing in a genre that many others haven't. It all comes together in its unique gameplay, engaging story, and self-aware sense of humor. It's the most pleasant time we've had with the news in a while. Not only is it one of the better FMV games, it's one of the better games released this year. Final score, 9 out of 10.
And that seems to me like the perfect place to end Act 1 on a bit of a high. So I'll tell you what, why don't you grab a drink, sit back, enjoy the adverts, and we'll see you after this. What are you doing?
I am setting up for the Act 2.
I haven't finished talking. After the adverts, we'll see you back then.
I've been living in a paradise. It's awfully nice if you don't think twice. I've been living in a paradise ever since you